Hi, this is Mark from Real Roofers. So we're back on this little job again. We had thought that there was a vent there that was giving us a leak, and we replaced the vent, which was a turbine, and we soon found out that we had a leak again. So we ended up tearing up this section of a small 3-square roof and trying to figure out where the water was coming from. There were 2 roofs put down because we tried to fix it. We thought we had defective material. We tried to fix it by covering over again, but we couldn't find that as the problem. So we put a chimney cap on top here, and that didn't solve the problem. We still had leaks. So after we tore up everything, we found that the water was down at the base of the chimney here, and around the other side of the caddy corner, on the opposite corner, we found water infiltrating there. When we ripped the base flashing up, we found that the water was actually trapped between the base flashing here and this edge here. The water really wasn't coming over here, and then the water was traveling down through here and showing up there. When we tore off this roof, the top of the plywood was dry. Okay? It was absolutely dry. But underneath, the plywood was wet. So we knew we had a problem where the water was getting underneath the plywood. So here we have this roof, which was original, and this roof here, it came like this. It actually came like this. So the water we thought was traveling from the shingles down underneath that and then getting on the plywood. We were totally wrong. This has been going on, this leak has been going on for, I guess, about 4 months. Very aggravating to the customer, who's an elderly person. Very aggravating to me because I probably spent 4 times the value in what I charge to just keep after this leak. So we found is that the bricks were porous. This is a very unusual case in which bricks will be porous enough to suck the water in like a straw and actually bring the water down the wall and then out underneath the roof. Now we've done everything to the bricks before we stuccoed it. We actually waterproofed with Thompson Water Seal. Did not solve the problem. So now what we've done is we've stuccoed the chimney, we've T-barred our flashing, and we've cut a reglet in. So if any water does penetrate this concrete, it's going to hit the reglet. I'll show you. Not an expensive reglet, low-cost reglet. It's going to sit in there like this. We're going to shoot a pin in here, actually drill a pin in here, and then caulk this with the urethane caulk. The water will come down here and drip out. Now that's a pretty typical detail on public work, but most of the people that are watching this video will probably be the bigger contractors that really do their research. But the fact of the matter is, there are people in America that don't have the big money to spend on the details that architects will put together. So although we probably would have liked to have a reglet cut in initially, it wasn't part of what was necessary, because typically you can just T-bar up some flashings and it won't leak. But we think we got it this time. I'll come back to you and I'll let you know. But that was pretty much our leak. A little 3-square job turned into a nightmare. An absolute nightmare. Worst leak I've ever had in my life. This is Mark from Real Roofers. Remember your masonry, remember your metalwork, remember your good roofing practices, but don't panic if you have a leak, because it happens to everybody. Rarely happens to me, but it does happen to everyone. Thanks from Real Roofers, 732-995-3914, realroofers@gmail.com. Thank you.